everyone. I am Shannon Minnick. Welcome to Three Questions with Shannon. We have a great audience with us today. Welcome the Maryland Youth Leadership staff. We're going to be talking to you guys today about the Maryland Youth Leadership Forum. Damon, so let's go on and get started. Damon, tell us, what is the Maryland Youth Leadership Forum?
Okay, the Maryland Youth Leadership Forum is something that focuses on youth transition. That's just young people with disabilities. That's juniors and seniors in high school. It's mainly focused on, self-advocacy, disability pride, just getting kids ready to transition to be productive adults, even with their disability, despite their disability.
Awesome, awesome. Sounds like a great program. Let's move over to Kayla. Kayla, tell us a little bit about your experience at the Maryland Youth Leadership Forum.
So my experience at the Maryland Youth Leadership Forum was a pretty good experience. It helped me how to self-advocate the legislation process about people with disabilities. Not only it provides that, but if you're planning to go to college, it will help you live the college dorms. Since we're doing it in a college, you can have the opportunity to be in a college and live in the college life by living in a dorm.
Awesome. So Kayla, tell me one thing. What was your greatest experience at YLF?
My greatest experience is that I'm able to interact with people who have similar struggles as mine. People were more listening. People were more listening. There were better people to talk to, much better than the people who I've talked to in the past. And people with these people are really good when it comes to some other people with disabilities.
So you got to meet other folks with disabilities that kind of knew what you were going through and help you work through that experience. Yeah. Awesome. Awesome. So Andre, so you have a different outlook on the Maryland Youth Leadership Forum because you were actually a delegate in 2005 and you have been volunteering for the Maryland Youth Leadership Forum since when?
2006.
Awesome. So talk to me about the Maryland Youth Leadership Forum. Why is it important?
The Maryland Youth Leadership Forum allows students with disabilities an opportunity to grow and to figure out who they are as a person, to be self-determined, to figure out who they are and be able to be comfortable with themselves. That to know that their disability is just simply one aspect of them.
Awesome. So tell me your greatest experience as a delegate. This should be juicy.
So now that I've gotten a little older, I realize I liked politics more now than I did when I was little. And I blame the Youth Leadership Forum for that one. The having to go down to Annapolis and talk to my delegates and do a mock hearing and to actually see the legislative process on a local level really changed my outlook on how bills get passed and how legislation gets done that affects our everyday life.
Wow, great, great. So let's move along to Amity. Amity, so you weren't a YLF delegate. How did you become a camp counselor? What made you decide to do something like this? Because when I talk about the Maryland Youth Leadership Forum, the first thing I think about is there's going to be 30 youth with disabilities. And being a mom is like, oh my God, like how are we going to handle that? So what was your experience? What were you thinking when you decided to be a part of this program?
Yeah, so I had been working at a Center for Independent Living at the time when I first heard about YLF. And I had already been teaching some independent living skills classes and working with youth that had disabilities. And I found it to be extremely rewarding and really fun at the same time too. So much fun to work with the students and come in and meet everyone and just like learn everyone's different personalities. I enjoy it so much. So I already knew that I loved the classes and I thought Yeah, sign me up. I'll go stay in a dorm with a bunch of high school kids for a couple days. Sounds like a great time.
Great, great. So if you can tell me one reason why youth with disabilities should take part in this program, what would it be?
Sure. So I think that a lot of times, people that are in high school, students that are in high school that have disabilities, sometimes might travel with the same group of kids throughout elementary, middle, and high school. And I think it's really important for them to branch out and meet other students that have disabilities, different types of disabilities, and not only meeting other students that have disabilities, but meeting adults that have disabilities who kind of have this lived experience and knowledge that they can share with the students.
Mhm.
And I think coming to YLF, you learn a lot about disability pride. And a big part of why I wanted to do YLF, because I have a disability as well, is helping people see that your disability is not always a bad thing. It just means that you might have to do some things differently than other people, and that's okay. And I think helping people realize that they can still accomplish their goals, they can live out their dreams and live the life that they want to live, regardless of having a disability, is really important to me. It's just a great experience.
Wow, wow. That was a great answer. Andre, you want to try to answer that question? Why should juniors and seniors attend the Maryland Youth Leadership Forum?
Because we're the future. We are the ones that are going to rise up and change the world. We are the ones that are going to stand up and say no, stand up for ourselves, for our community, and we will be the ones to change what people think of people with disabilities.
Great, great. So Kayla,
Yes.
what would you say? Why
I
should why should juniors and seniors with disabilities sign up for the Maryland Youth Leadership Forum?
I would say that if you're when I said earlier about the college experience, if you're planning to go to college, it will help you boost up your college experience a little bit. But for juniors and seniors, it's so that you can talk to similar people who are nearly in the same grade as you. It's like relatable, not freshmen and senior, but juniors and seniors. Yay, they can get along more better than other grades.
Awesome. So Damon, I'm gonna end this with you. What do you think? I know that Damon, you are running the Maryland Youth Leadership Forum and has been doing that for the past 2 years. So why do you think it's important for juniors and seniors with disabilities to join the Maryland Youth Leadership Forum?
I think there's a few things. I like to focus on the IEP if they have one. Just understanding what is there, what is the disability and why they need to advocate for the things that they need so they can be successful in the future. Also, it's a time where being in high school, the world is very confusing. It can look very confusing, and so what we do is just offer a little light to show that even if you do have a disability, you can have a great productive life, because we bring in so many different people who have disabilities that show you may not live exactly like everybody. You have to do things your own way, but at the end of the day, you can be just as productive as anybody else.
Wow, you guys are awesome. So that's going to be the end. I think we've answered all of the questions. I just want to say, if you want to join the Maryland Youth Leadership Forum, please reach out to Damon Walker at dwalker.innow.org, or go to Independence Now's website, which is innow.org, and look up the application. This year, the Maryland Youth Leadership Forum will be over Zoom, and it's from August the 4th to August the 4th to August the 7th. Zoom in with us. Thank you. And thank you guys for joining us today.
You're welcome.
Of course.
It was lovely.
And